Attention residents of Blackwater City. As you may have noticed, we appear to be dealing with a small outbreak of amoeboids. Our
Amoeboids?
security teams are working hard to rid the city of these creatures, but first, they have to wake up, get washed, brush their teeth, drive over here, and really it's a whole process.
Oh, it's a whole
So until
process, you
they
say.
arrive, the race is postponed.
The race is postponed?
Will remanage the crisis. Thank you.
Ah.
Let's clear out those amoeboids. I have a new McMark's hoverboard I want to try out.
I like the way you think, Ratchet. Hello, all of my sleepy bears. My name is Chronically Blue. Welcome back to another episode of Ratchet and Clank. Okay, so here are the two weapons that you have to use on every single enemy, all of them. It's the Groovatron and the Pixelizer. The Pixelizer, it actually does damage. The Groovatron, it makes enemies dance. And that's it. It's not great, but the more you use it, the more you can make them dance, I guess. I don't know what you want from me. Oh, wrong button. I literally recorded after the last episode, so I don't know why I hit the wrong button. Oh well. Anyway, there we go. So yes, we're just going to go through, we're going to find the amoeboids, we're going to destroy them, and we're going to do some hoverboard races, which I am very much looking forward to, actually. I like hoverboard races. However, the hoverboard races, there's 3 courses, but they're all more or less the same. Well, more or less. They're almost exactly the same. The only thing different is that there's a lot more TNT boxes for the higher difficulty you go up to. So, not the big increase, but I figured I'd probably just save the final one for you so you can see what the most difficult one is like. So when you go through and play, you're like, oh, this is actually a lot easier than I thought it was. Now, if we can aim this properly, that's what I'm talking about. There we go. Yes, look at that. I love when you can abuse the range on the proton drum. Isn't it so... It's just so nice to walk into a gigantic field of nuts and bolts that are all yours because you destroyed a bunch of enemies. Isn't it so pretty? It's very nice. Speaking of walking into a bunch of stuff, we can keep using the proton drum in order to keep destroying the amoeboids, and now it does more damage because we like that. As well as whenever your weapon fully upgrades, you get all the ammo for it too. Or at least half of the ammo. One of the two. Something like that. But yes, we're going to be using the proton drum a lot with these amoeboids, because we don't really want to deal with them. We're going to leave that to the proton drum. Now, if you need to grind your weapon XP for any reason, this is where you go. I'm telling you with full honesty, this is where you go if you need to grind weapon XP. And a slingshot over here. Hit the button. Having a slingshot over here. Now, if you also need to go through and grind any of your stuff for any reason, this is also a really good reason, a good area to do it, actually. If you have any long-range weapons, this is the perfect place because they just continue to respawn. I wish I was kidding. I'm not. So I can just... If this actually does damage... Nope, sure doesn't. Okay, cool. Let's use the fusion grenade. We can just... Look at that. It does damage for us. Not only that, it also gains a lot of experience whenever it kills enemies. And the amoeboids just keep on respawning. So if you just want to stay up here and keep going at it, you have at it. But this isn't the grind weapon experience let's play. This is the Ratchet and Clank let's play. A little different. Look at all these beautiful, lovely bolts that we are just collecting from all these amoeboids. Isn't it so nice of them to just give this to us? Ah, it's so pretty. And look, we got a card pack. Now, we still have the proton drum, but we're actually going to use a pixelizer. It's basically like the combustor, but it turns them all pixely. And also, it's just so much better. Not only does it have more shots by default, it also has, it's kind of like a spread shot range, so it's just good. It's much better than the combustor. I really hate that we had to wait so long to get it, but what are you gonna do? I can't exactly fix stuff. Now, if we go over here, we can whack that. And this causes slingshots to appear, which is great if you really just want to grind the XP. I guess that's why they put them there. I don't know any other reason. Although, it does go ahead and give us the opportunity to go and get some more raritanium, which we're definitely going to need, because we want to upgrade our weapons to be the bestest like asbestos, as well as also a Gadgetron thing right there in case you really are running low on your ammo. Wrong button. Don't worry, I'll get it eventually. I've only played the game like 15 times. Gotcha. And they become little bits. Isn't it so cute? I like the bits. The bits, the bits, the bits. Now here's where we're going to just fully... This entire planet is just, hey, I need to upgrade my weapons. I wish I was joking. That's literally all it's for. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. Now don't let them touch you, because then, you know, you're going to be at risk of taking damage. And who wants to take damage? We don't. We just want to be awesome. As well as, there's also a little green switch here. I wonder what that does. A moment to find out. Boop. Oh no, we've unleashed the amoeboids! Whatever will we do? Oh, this is absolutely terrible, horrible, no good, very bad. We're just gonna start attacking them, because that's what we do. And we are getting some slowdown here. So, that's how you know this is PS4. And for those wondering, I don't have the PS4 Pro. I have the same PS4 that I've had since 2014 when it first came out and I got it as a gift. And believe it or not, it came with Nathan Drake's Uncharted Collection and Alien. Quite a weird mix, but okay, I guess. Boop. With those silver boxes, as long as you have an explosion weapon or a TNT box nearby, you're going to be able to break it. If you don't, then you don't. And that's kind of how that works. Yeah. Now, that should be all of it. So we're going to go right over to this little platform over here, this little ditty. It's going to be all nice. It's going to take us upwards and onwards. And here we have a maze. Technically. So, it's technically a maze, but it's really not. You just kind of hit the buttons and they open however they feel like it. Look at that. Already increased. Gotcha. Now, if you just want, you can definitely go ahead and just, like, skip all the theatrics. Just hit as many buttons as you want. You'll be fine. No one's stopping you. If you want to be bombarded by enemies, that's completely up to you. Me, I try to take it at least a little slow so it's just not game over after game over after game over after game over. Like so. But again, this is a really great area to go and grind weapon XP if you are running really low for any multitude of reasons. I'm gonna go ahead and get that too. Now, by the time we go through all this... Oh, that was health up. I didn't actually ever see the animation for that before. I'm normally focused on the game. But let's say you go through and... After we hit all the buttons, there's still some walls up there. Why? Well, I like to be able to assist with that. What we're going to do is that once we defeat this dude, which we actually just did, and also if you want to see the little bits, there we go. Let me see here. That's probably good. I'm going to use the fusion grenade as well. But yes, don't worry, we will go and remove all the red walls because it's just not matching my aesthetic. I like when things break and when things are all open. I don't like leaving things locked and closed. Unless it's a door to a house. My house specifically, I always keep that locked and closed. But in video games, I like to keep everything as open as possible unless it has some dumb effect that I guess is helpful. Alright, so again, what do we do here? Well, do you see this little platform here? We're actually going to go up here. Try that again. There we go. And there we go. So yes, we can very slowly walk across these little platforms, and any of the ones that are green, that means that we can hit them. Like this one over here, with a gold bolt. But before we do that, we're just going to go ahead and yoink. Just for the funs of it all. Just gonna do a little yoink. Okay, we're gonna try that again. A yoink. There we go, much better. Yes, that way we can go ahead and get this gold bolt, as well as we can go and defeat some extra enemies, because we just really need to level up our weapons as soon as possible. Excuse me, coming through. Excuse me, coming through. Excuse me, coming through. Thank you. Much better. Don't you feel a lot better after getting that gold bolt? I know I sure do. Oh man, all these boxes. I wonder what I could possibly... It's the small things in life. Listen. Oh no! I am all for going up as Crash Bandicoot and just like spinning to a bunch of crates. That's cool and all. But when you can cause a massive explosion and it has money inside for you, that's a whole new level of therapeutic. Speaking of therapeutic, here we have hoverboard races.
Hey, I'm Starlene. Are you here for the race?
You know it.
Enthusiasm. I like it. All right, head inside. The first race starts in a few minutes.
Alright, so we have 3 cups here. We have the bronze, silver, and gold. The bronze is going to have the cutscenes for us. The gold is going to have the prizes. But before we go and do that, I just want to show you off this little tiny area that most people tend to forget about. Unfortunately. There we go. A little bit of ammo here just in case you need it for some reason. Like, oh, I don't know, if you went through and, I guess, used some of your ammo for stuff that's not enemies. But who would do that? That's ridiculous. That is beyond hypothesis. Hypocritical. Hippopotamus. Mitochondria. One of those things. But you might notice this little button here. Boop. Hey look, it's a thing. With more bolts. Hey look, it's a thing that we can actually get into. But if you look there, that's not a normal card pack. That actually has some kind of explosion on it. I wonder if we'll be able to access that in the future. But for right now, it is time for a hoverboard race. And these don't take long, actually, so I might just commentate all of them. Okay. This is very difficult. Right R2 to accelerate, L2 to boost, X to jump, right thumbstick to do tricks in the air. Now, what you want to do is you want to time the tricks so that way you do them, but also you don't land in the middle of doing a trick, so that way you're all good. When you go through the boost rings as well as... when you go through the boost rings as well as perform tricks in the air, that's how you're going to build up your boost. So that way you can go and try to get to the first as you want to be in the first of the race once it finishes every single time. Wow, it sure has been a while since I played this game, huh? That's cool. I'm fine with that. I just gotta get used to the controls. It's very slippery, actually. Like, it's not bad, it's just slippery. So, as soon as you get used to the controls, which only typically takes a lap or two, you're gonna be fine. But we're gonna go right up here, because we really want that gold bullet that we saw earlier, because it is calling our name Lexo. And if you run into the side of the wall, guess what? You're gonna die. And that's not gonna really help you win in the race, but that's okay. Now, for every time that the cup advances, there's going to be more and more explosive boxes that are going to try to trip you up, so that way you can lie, sweet goodness, yeah, lie on the track as you take damage. So you can die and have to retry over and over again. Now, even after the multiple deaths that I've already ensued, we are already close to being in first place. That's how you know this is, it's the bronze race. What else do you want me to say? No, it's not difficult. It's just, it takes a little bit of getting used to, but once you do, you'll be fine. There's not a lot that you can say here. Now, for the silver and the gold, they're going to add more TNT boxes, so you have to jump over, maneuver over, all this and the other, and that's why that's going to be a lot more complicated.
Nice work. You're the first Lombax to ever win a race.
Thank you. I tried really hard to be a Lombax. I breathe like this.
Anytime. They're always giving away cool prizes here. Perks to being sponsored by Gadgetron.
Wow, that sure is great. We can race for the silver cup. Of course, we probably have better things to do.
We sure don't. Now, we did get the trophy winner, Sand Shark Dinner. Now, here's the dynamite I was telling you about. Now, you know how I normally just very slowly touch them and then walk away? Yeah, we don't get to do that here. If you run into them face first, you're going to get a face full of TNT, and you're going to slow down immensely. I want to say there isn't a specific path, but there probably is. Me, I just kind of go up and down all around. I go whatever feels natural, because I don't have time to think. I'm hoverboard racing. You think we have time to think in a Ratchet and Clank game? Psh, psh. In your dreams, in your wildest dreams, Taylor Swift. That's not a dish. That is not a diss. Taylor Swifties, please don't come after me. I very much enjoy her music. I just think her ticket prices are really high right now. Like, she added a few shows, and like, I found out the day of she added the shows. The ticket prices, sweet goodness, they were $1,000 for the nosebleeds. That's without any taxes or any additional things. I'm like, no, thank you. I am all right. I'll just listen to the music on Spotify and be quite content with it. Thank you. Now again, you don't have to go a specific route. As long as you are always going forward, not hitting the TNTs, and as long as you are stopping your tricks mid-air before you fall, you're gonna be fine. You can even try to do stuff like words that I try to say and then don't, and then people wonder what I'm even saying. But you know what? That's cool. That's what I'm all about. Speaking? Psh, overrated. Mumbling? That's all in right now, especially with those rappers. I don't, and then just for good measure, I always do a boost right before the finish line, just in case there's an off chance that someone might be trying to get ahead of me.
Was awesome. Enjoy your prize. You earned it.
I mean, I know I did. Our prize? It's just bolts.
Yes, we qualified for the Gold Cup. So tempting.
It sure is. It's a good thing we're going to do it. Now, as I said earlier in the Let's Play, I have never actually seen the movie. I have the movie on Blu-ray. I just haven't seen it. So, I might be tempted to watch it after seeing all these cutscenes. Now here we have a lot more TNT up, down, all around, everywhere, all on the side and such. So you gotta be a little more careful about where you're going to make sure that you don't just, you know, TNT yourself. Because that's the one thing that you really don't want to do. So if you find yourself going a little too fast, you can always just let off of the boost, or you can just try your best. If you just keep going forward, you can take like 1 to 2 hits, maybe. Just make sure that you're not making a habit out of it. You can always cut corners too in order to go a little bit faster. I always like to do that as well. I mean, heck, we're already in 3rd place, and I've already taken 2 TNT to the face. It always helps to go up and down and all around. Now, there is actually a cheat that is in the original one. I think they took it out in the remake, where you gotta do some, like, very specific stuff to go and get the bolts needed for a specific weapon. That's like 1,000,000 bolts. But you gotta do some really specific jumps, and then you can just use a taunter, and you land on the racetrack, and it's a whole thing. It really is. I will not be showing that off, because I don't even think it works in this one. But, you know, whatever. I'm just Chronically Blue. I just play the game. You want me to do some extra stuff? It's gonna have to be feasible for me. It's typically not, unfortunately. And there we go. That's the Gold Cup. Again, they're all the same 3 race. They just add TNT boxes more and more for each cup that you go up. And we get a card. But it's not a normal card. Let's see what this card is. Oh, we might have a few packs here. Yeah, we do. We have a Rhino card. Now, we haven't been formally introduced to the Rhino yet, unfortunately. Oh, congrats, you collected your first Rhino card. Switch between the normal and... Yeah, that's great. Unlike normal holo cards, you cannot trade for Rhino cards, and they do not give you any bonuses for completing a set. But collect all 3 Rhino sets, and you can trade them in for a real Rhino. The Rhino is the best weapon in the game. I've gotten all the Rhino cards. We are going to be showing that off in this Let's Play, don't you worry. And when you do that, once you do have enough bolts in order to buy it, as well as all the sets in order to get it, when you shoot it, it plays like one of those classical songs, like da 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 da. You know that song? Yeah. So, cool. it has like a million ammo, but you still have to use it in order to go and upgrade stuff. So it still counts as one of the main weapons that you gotta get in order to make stuff better. I'm going to get these. Frictionless casing. Smooth, lightweight casing allows the core to travel further before landing. Now you have the... I'm going to go ahead and get the fusion grenade as well, just so that one's fully upgraded. Now, I do like the range. Do we have enough? We don't have enough. Okay. So... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We really don't have enough. Okay, we're just going to 1, 2, 3... 4. Yeah, we're just gonna get some ammo. But we are not done here yet. And don't worry, this will not take anywhere near as long as any of the other stuff. Now, this is actually... This weekend. There we go. Now, this is the Run for Your Life mission.
What's down here?
So what's gonna happen is that we're going to go into a tunnel and it's going to fill up with water very quickly. And we're just going to have to make our way through it. Now, if you want, you can totally, attack these enemies for free stuff and whatnot. It's completely up to you. Me, I'm trying to get through this as soon as possible. There is also a hidden bolt in here. It is difficult to get to. Even this part itself is difficult to get to, unfortunately. But once we get through it, it's going to be alright. For the most part, anyway. It is very all or nothing, I should say. That's the best way I can really put it. It's going to be very clenching, to put it lightly. But we did need to go down here in order to attack that grate so that we can actually swim through it, or else we're just gonna suffocate, and that's not fun. It's fun for some people. I met someone who said it was fun, but you know what? I stopped talking to them. She didn't really seem like a match. I wonder why. Okay, it just sounded like... Oh well. It sounded like something happened that was not, comforting. Sounded like some Ratchet and Clank shots in real life. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get these up. We're gonna slide down. And now it's time for the run. Run! Run for your life! So we're going to be using the jump pack just as much as possible, because it is going to get us the most area, length, speed, height, one of those things. Gravity? No, that's not it. But anyway, it's just really important to use this as much as possible, because once you do, then it's going to start to become a little difficult. And then we're gonna have to go up here. And don't worry, the water is still rising. I know you thought it would stop. No, that's silly. I have to go all the way over here, stay up in the air for as much as possible, dive down. Gonna have to be as quick as possible. Get some air up here, and there you go. That's it. If you are not used to it, it is a lot more difficult than, imagined, unfortunately. But once you do that, it is pretty nice and easy, and you don't have to worry about anything else. Now again, there is a gold bolt down there, but we're gonna get something in the future to make it a little easier, so we're gonna wait till that. Yeah, get that, thank you. Ratchet, Ratchet, Ratchet. I just made it through that entire section without dying. I don't want to one-up myself. But I am very... I like money, yes. Money, yes, like. There we go. About to say, you better give me those. I worked hard for those. Held my breath and everything. Do you ever hold your breath while watching a movie or a TV show when a character's underwater?
This place looks like bad news. Better keep our eyes peeled.
Hey, pal. You got any of them Rhino holo cards?
What's a rhino?
Only the most powerful super weapon in the galaxy, Chief. Stands for Rip You a New One. See, the Gadgetron guys, they knew the plans would be too dangerous to leave in any one location. So they split them up and printed them on a bunch of holo cards. Me and my my associates would very much like to acquire these hollow cards, and thus the full plan.
And let me guess, if we give you all the hollow cards, you'll build us the weapon.
That is correct, my industrious friend. Here, take this trespasser. It may help facilitate the acquisition of said merchandise.
And help us get it, it will. So yes, we are tasked with getting all the Rhino cards. And here we have the Trespasser. Shut up, I don't care. Shut up. No, don't care. Don't care, didn't ask. It's a Trespasser. You have to make the red lights green, and then that's it. If you make them all green, then congrats, you unlock the door. If you have any difficulty with it, don't worry, because it also gives you a button for it to automatically hack it for you. You don't get as many bolts for it, and also you miss out on a trophy if you do it any one singular time. So I just go ahead and do them all the time because it's more fun for me. But before we finish up here, before we're like, okay, that's it, we're done, next episode, we're going to go to one of the previous levels, actually. Is here, I believe. Yes. Because if you might remember, there was a Trespasser gate there. We didn't have the Trespasser then, so we couldn't have done it. But we have the Trespasser now, so we can do it. Isn't it amazing how stuff works? No? Okay, cool. Thank you for paying attention. As soon as this loads, there we go. We can't skip the cutscene, unfortunately, but that's A-okay. Because we actually needed to be here. No, we didn't. We did not need to be here. We need to be the other way. Get out of the ship, Ratchet. Ratchet. Thank you. Come on. What the heck? What was that? Oh, okay. I guess that's what happens when you're too fast, too furious. And we're going to go into this little thing here. It's going to take us right on over to the little gate. You know, the little area that we started back in the beginning of the game. Yeah. It's going to be so much fun. I guarantee you. It's going to be so great. We're going to love it. And we're going to jump right out here. Thank you. Gonna hippity-hop over here like a Lombax does. I think a Lombax... Is a Lombax a real animal? I'm not too sure, actually. I think it is, but I could be wrong. Hey, look! The Trespasser! And look, there's a Rhino card there. Gonna go ahead and use the Trespasser here. Now, these little things here are going to block us. So what we have to do is we have to find the exact way in order to make it work. That's good. Then we gotta get rid of that. There we go. I knew I could do it. And I did it before it was 30 minutes. Look at that. It's like it was planned. There's the Rhino card. We're gonna go ahead and view it right now. We got the Rhino and the Zodiac. And we've actually completed the very first set. So we only have 6 more cards to go. So already, we're doing pretty good. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. I will see you all when we go to the next planet. Goodbye, my Sleepy Bears.